My name's Jack Nolan, and this is my mental health story. This time last year, I was, I was just your everyday kid, going to university, getting on with everything, pursuing my dreams, and all of a sudden, I ended up in a mental health unit. It was the most scariest time of my life, and I didn't have a clue how I ended up there. But looking back now, after everything that I've learned about myself along the journey, I realise all the things that could have potentially added up to why I was in there. First of all, when I was at uni, I realised that I wasn't aligned with what I wanted to do. Like I was doing the TV and radio course, but my gut feeling wasn't right about it because once I was working, doing some professional jobs, I realised where I wanted to be. But whilst I was at school, learning the ABCs, you could say, I realised that I wasn't getting taught the right information, and it started to settle with me in a wrong way, which I realised that I wasn't getting out of the course of what I wanted, which started to build up on me. And also, I gave myself a lot of self-pressure because I was so ambitious, and I don't want to discourage anyone who's ambitious because being ambitious is one of the most valuable things you can have. But I was at a point where I was running so fast towards my dreams that I was losing, like, you could say metaphorically, I was losing oxygen along the way. So looking back now, I'd like to say to anyone who's gone through any tough times, any challenges, who are going through depression, anxiety, just having rapid thoughts, I'd like to say that it's okay. You just go out and get yourself some help. But my story starts with I was doing really well for myself. I was putting myself out there. I had the opportunity to go and work in TV. I was excited. I got to do a little bit of directing with professional people for TV adverts, and I was working with a production company in the office, doing like day-to-day office duties, which I was really enjoying, and I felt like I was on the right path, and I was. But then I started getting all these different thoughts in my head because I had like so much self-pressure because I was working for free, and it made me feel like I wasn't able to like provide for myself. I was getting stress off, like feeling like stress off family, feeling like I had to live up to their expectations of me. I was getting all these self thoughts, these self different, confusion of, I was just like, I was writing books as well. I just had so much going on, and I was running so fast at everything that I began not to sleep. And it must have been probably weeks I've got ongoing, just working, grinding, working really hard, that I burnt myself out. And I came to a point where I just couldn't function. So I was just working really hard, working to the point where I just broken down. I started getting all these delusional thoughts because of the lack of sleep that I was having, that I wanted to sort of take over the world in a way, positively influence people, which is what I want to do. But to the point where I started getting all these crazy thoughts. I thought God was sending me messages. I thought that, someone wanted to kill me. I thought that, I believe I can do anything with, the right work. But if you're not got the skill set available to you, and you try to do something without the right skill set or the right knowledge or the right, experience, you can come crashing down at a point where you're not fit to function correctly. So I want to say this is my short story. I'll do some more like blogs, you can call them, whatever you want to say they are, about my mental health journey. But just in a short little bracket, this is just like me saying, those of you going through hard times, remember you can go out and speak out to your family members. Seek professional help if you need to go to the doctors. Speak to your doctor if you're going through depression. Look at all your different options, and if you've got the willpower to get through it yourself, get through it yourself. But keep talking to people. It's the biggest thing, is talking to people, because a lot of people are quite, no one's quite stigma about mental health, and it's quite a big thing. So it's 1 in 4 people who've got mental health issues. So if the more people you talk to, the more you realise that there is people out there who are going through similar situations towards the same as you, that you can benefit from with their advice, their knowledge, and at the end of the day, you'll find people you'll be able to connect with. So just before I go, just want you to remember something, that you can become. I'm going to say it again. You can become anything you want in life with the right training, the right practice, with the right people to talk to, with the right work ethic, without working to the point where you're not sleeping. Having the right balance is very important, because if you work so hard to the point where you're losing your mind, you're not going to be able to get to your goals because you're so on another level that's not it's not going to fit with reality, and if you understand what I'm saying. So you can really become anything, but always keep one foot on the ground and the one as high as you can, because it's always great to keep your dreams alive. And just before I go, I want to share a little poem with you that's helped get me through some tough times. It's easy to be a spectator, to sit on the couch and watch something greater, when a lot of work goes unseen. People underestimate the power of a man's dream. They believe in the wrong ideologies, questioning why they can never be. When a lot of work goes into the dark that's never seen, that's why people curse and say that life's mean, that it's done them wrong, while the other man's working all day long. From spectator to hater, false beliefs don't make them any greater. I'm the type of guy to slay down on a slater, to look them in the eye and define them as a hater. Stone cold walls, chained to a cell. I'm seeing people chasing money and it doesn't end well. That's why gangsters die or end up in hell. You see, I'm too defined with blood money in my past. I'm a new breed, here to last. So if you want to get to know me, pull up a seat. I'm a storyteller and I can tell you about beef. But my lessons and experiences exist for a reason, not just a gig. Throw in the shit jokes, call me the Stig. Unknown and you'll never know who I am. I'm the voice of power, the definition of a true man. I teach, I preach and I lead the way. I exist for that kid is too quiet to say, because one day he'll wake and he will become something. Thank you for your time. My name's Jack Nolan. If you need to get in contact with me for any advice, any knowledge, any insight, please feel free to get in touch with me on jacknolan-official@hotmail.co.uk. All the best, and I'll see you soon.